Let's talk about how to choose the best tools for documenting business processes. I wrote an article on Medium on this topic, and in this video I would like to show you on real examples tools I like the most and features I like the most. Most teams don't have a documentation problem. They usually have a knowledge stuck in someone has problem, because the process exists but it just lives in Slack threads, tribal memory, emails, and so on. And what we have to look in the tools for documenting processes when we choose the best one for our company. The first one is the speed of creation. How much this tool helps you to speed up the creation of the guide. Then the accessibility, whether this guide is easy and fast to execute, find and execute for the person who uses it. Then flexibility, whether this tool helps to document complex multi-path processes. And the fourth is adoption, whether people in your company really like these guides, how this process is documented, and whether it really helps them to work faster. The first tool is Tango. Its unique feature is that it helps teams to capture processes while they work, and also on the other side, when the guide is created, it helps people to follow them exactly in the app where work happens. So you just install the Chrome extension Tango, and I can show you an example on my Looker Studio template. For example, I want to document the process about how to copy the template, because it's not as easy as it looks like. So I click the button, and every click I do is turned into the step with a screenshot and description automatically. I have to choose the data source here. I choose Google Analytics. So you see, it creates an interactive guide, and it also has some valuable features that helps you even improve this guide. The first one is leave blur, because every time you document something, it usually means that you would like to hide some sensitive information from people who will follow these guides. Because you may have multiplied the information level access, and it helps you to protect your customers or your sensitive data. This like leave blur. And the next one is voice transcription. So every time you just execute some workflow, you also can use your voice to describe some steps, and it will help to make your guide even more descriptive. So let's say I've created the guide. Tango automatically created it. You see, it's divided on this tab. The title or description, they were created automatically. I can edit it. I can add more details to the description. I can add notes, etc. So it's really easy to create and manage, but the magic happens after that also, because when your employees, your colleagues will click on the preview guide me, automatically will open the page where the work happened. They click me on this page, and you see, the person will see the tips, and it's easy to click them and execute them. So it really helps in the big complex app where many buttons, many parameters, many windows open. It really helps to speed up the work, and also even understand why some step is executed this way, not another way. So the person doesn't have to keep two tabs at the same time. Usually the guide and the app, everything happens in one where the work happens. It works this way. Also, the great feature that I can export it to the big knowledge bases, which are usually used for process documentation storage, like Notion, Confluence, etc. And I also can turn it into the video, and I also can the analytics, whether how many times the specific guide was completed, and also by this was not completed. Let's check another. And also by which people, if they identified And also like people who follow this guide, they can add comments, reactions, for example, if something wrong or some part of interface has changed, so they can give you a feedback on how to change this guide. Yeah, so it's really collaborative tool. It's not like one screen text plus screenshots doc, yeah, where it's really hard to find who has to change that, who is responsible. It's really hard to update when something updated in the app and so on. And then Notion. So it's a popular tool, and even not just among companies but also among consultants, freelancers, solo businesses, because it's popular even for personal knowledge-based management, yeah, where you can store everything like your passwords, your financials and so on. Create many documents, structure them, yeah, and manage them, build relations with them and so on. The problem again that it doesn't capture your processes, it just helps to store them. So you, again, if you create SOPs, you usually need Tango and Notion if you decided to use Notion as your main storage knowledge base. Yeah. The next tool is the Confluence. It's usually used by enterprise businesses. I've used it in the company I work, and the best value of this, it's easy to scale, it's easy to search information there. It's especially valuable if you already use a lesson system in your company. But the pros of this tool is also its weaknesses. It's hard to update the information, and it's usually like there is no any analytics about how different guides are adopted by your employees, and there is no in-app guidance as Tango has. The next tool is Trainual. I created an account, but I didn't implement it for my company. What I found valuable here is just really easy to manage documented processes for SMBs, yeah, because it looks very easy. You can track completions, you can track the different types of policies, and yeah. The next tool is Loom, and you probably hear about it. This became the best tool for async video explanations. In my network, it's usually used for quick when doing lead generation. So, and when you talk with your potential customer, you can quickly describe the problem you see in them and how you plan to fix it. Yeah, and it builds some trust, because in the AI world, usually a recorded video already means some effort from the person, and it builds trust. I usually use it for explaining to my designer or to my team some thoughts about why we have to choose one path, not another path, why I like this design more and not another design. And I also see it often in the customer support, because sometimes it's enough just to use text to reply to the customer, but sometimes it's better just to record the video explaining more details, giving more context about how to do something in the app. Then let's talk about the Guru. I didn't try it for my company, but researching it, I found that I like the positioning of it, because I understand this problem. They say that they helps to fix the problem with unverified information about your business and about your customers. So every company, every communication with customers and employees relies on some facts. What is true, what your product can do and cannot do, what's your priorities, what's tools in the roadmap, what's your pricing policy, and so on and so on. And the problem is usually in miscommunication. So product manager created something ruling, or market manager created new positioning, and it just not distributed across the entire team. And it helps you, as I understand, it helps you to describe all these facts. I like the image found here. It helps you to have the list of these different processes and facts, yeah, and you can see, everybody from your team can see whether it's already verified, whether this statement is true or false, yeah. And based on that, you as a manager can work only on the real facts, yeah, about your businesses, and distribute new knowledge about your strategy, your positioning, and so on faster. So I like this approach, because I didn't saw another tools that do that in this way. So this is my list. If you have another list, another top tools you like, please share them in the comments and explain why do you like them.